The following is a presentation of Bakersfield College Athletics.
Coming to you from the Renegade Athletic Complex at Bakersfield College, you're watching Renegade Basketball on the GoGades Network. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome in on the broadcast. I'm Tom Meyers, joined by my producer, the Dr. Julian Wilson. And the Renegades come into today's game with a record of 1-1 with a close overtime loss to Barstow College last Tuesday. Coach Greg McCall's squad has a few returners from last season in Markel Brooks, Godwill Famuso, and Joaquin Rios. Rios is out today for personal reasons, so we will not see him on the court. But it's a few new faces with this Renegade squad that are making an immediate impact. Those players, 6'5" freshman forward Zakir Henderson, the second leading scorer on this squad, averaging 14.5 points per game, and freshman Zach Garnett averaging 8.5. The Renegades have a promising season ahead of them. Trying to throw a wrench in their plans are the always tough Reedley Tigers. Tigers come into today's game with an early season record of 1-2, but don't be fooled by the record. It's still early in the season, and Reedley has a couple of stars that the Renegades will have to shut down today to come out with a W. Of note, 6'3" freshman guard Nasef Luboa. He's averaging 20.7 points per game, and freshman guard CJ Cornegay averaging 16.7. And Julian, hey, we're here in the brand new Renegade Athletic Complex, our brand new facility, all the comforts of home, a fantastic facility. What do you think?
Yes, and we talked about this for, I think, upwards of 2 years. We were trying to get here. There was a delay, and then there was a delay. But you and I are here now. This is exciting. This is awesome.
That's right. So, really excited. A nice tip-off for today's game. The starting lineup for Reedley is Nasef Luboa, number 0. Number 4, Devin Marshall. Number 12, CJ Cornegay Jr. Number 20, Kevin Chambers. And number 23, Macario Solorio. And then for BC, it's Gustavo Chavez, Markel Brooks, Zakir Henderson, Damari Davis, and Zach Garnett. Really looking forward to getting to see Zakir Henderson,
yes,
one of my kids from Frontier High School, along with Zach Garnett, also from Frontier High School. And those two haven't got to see Zakir play in a couple of years. He left to go play overseas his junior year of high school, and just now making his way back to the States and playing for Bakersfield College. Really looking forward to him. But, of course, I'm a huge fan of Markel Brooks, number 5.
Yes.
Watch out for Brooks today, the 6'6" sophomore forward. He will be a contributing force on this squad, and he can hit it from the arc as well. Saw him warming up in pregame. And the Renegades get the opening tip. And, of course, Damari Davis, one of the Liberty kids that I have known for several years as well. He's starting on the court today in the absence, once again, I think, of Joaquin Rios. So looking forward to that. Again, brand new facility here. We're going to have to get used to the clocks and everything where they're located and figure that out as we go, as the Renegades working it around the perimeter. And Brooks pulls up, try to hit the 3 off the mark. And a foul's going to get called, and I think that's going to go against Damari Davis. That's going to be his first, trying to get to the ball on the rebound. BC so far on the season having some success and doing pretty well, averaging 80 points per game. So the Renegades' offense does work. And we'll see how that holds up against Reedley today. Tigers in black, Renegades in white, and a steal. Davis quick over there on the far side. Couldn't get a grip on it before it went out of bounds, but disrupted in 10 seconds on the shot. A fantastic new facility here. I think I'll probably be talking about it all day long. It's like getting a shiny new car. The shot clocks are now up above. And a travel's going to get called. No shot. The shot clock is now located, Julian, right above the basket, so the players can see it. And if the shot clock goes off, there's the red light around the glass that will notify them as well. So in years past, we haven't really kind of had the shot clock readily available or easy to see, and now we can actually tell pretty well. So really looking forward.
So many great, phenomenal additions that we have with this new facility.
Yeah, and fans are going to be like, boy, that guy just would not stop talking about his brand new facility. Yes. Players are excited to play here. Like you had said, it took a couple of years for us to get in here, and now we're glad that we're finally able to see some great play here. Henderson with a pull-up jumper, can't get that one to go, and it's rebounded by the Renegades and knocked out of bounds by number 12 of Reedley, CJ Cornegay. Hornegate knocks that one out of bounds, and the Renegades will have it underneath the basket. And the travel's going to get called as Macario Solorio goes to the ground. A new shot clock for the Renegades now. Henderson at the top of the key. Daves gives it up to Brooks. Brooks spinning around in the paint, off the glass and down, and it's going to draw the foul. And Markel Brooks breaks the seal on the scoreboard, and the Renegades are on now.
Macario Solorio, first personal foul.
And he's going to be at the line.
Brooks, shoot one.
You know, Tom, in his first minute and a half, we have witnessed in this new facility the Renegades attack. They've kept the ball down here for over a minute.
Yeah, the pressure's really been on against this Tiger squad. Renegades coming away with rebound after rebound and fighting for the ball. And trying to figure out what the call is here with the officiating crew. A nice crowd's come out to the game today. Really happy to see our new stands as well. And Brooks gets the three-point play. Renegades leading 3-0 in the early going. And the press is on, and a nice alley-oop and draws the foul. Hornegate with great presence there. Draws the contact and puts it in and has a chance for a three-point play of his own now. Nice three-point play by the Tigers. And the game's tied at 3. 18.5 on the clock. And Henderson going up. And a great block by Macario Solorio. Henderson gives it up to Davis. Davis tries to get it to roll and doesn't. Fighting for the ball into the basket. And it's out of bounds. And the Tigers will have possession. And Zakir Henderson working on that one. Does have the ability to elevate underneath the basket, so we'll watch and see as the game goes on. He is the second leading scorer on the squad, only by a half a point per game, too. And that one's out of bounds. It was off the hands, and a great disruption by Gustavo Chavez. Chavez, his second year on the squad out of West High School. Brooks driving into the lane, gives it up to Henderson. Henderson with the jam.
Henderson.
And that's what we're looking for from Zakir Henderson. Finds the backside, and a great pass. Renegades still with the pressure. And an easy lay-in for C.J. Hornegate. Henderson good at handling the ball, 6'5". Brooks from the perimeter. Devin Marshall looking underneath. And a charge is going to get called as Damari Davis planted his feet in the ground and draws the foul.
First personal foul.
Game tied up at 5 with 17:07 left to go here in the first half. Renegades need to get it across the line. And 10 seconds gets called. And you can tell because there's only 19 left on the shot, and they did not have the ball with possession across the line.
Renegades substitution, number 13, James.
And James Miller now checking in for the Renegades. Miller, the only out-of-the-area player on this Renegade squad from Fresno, went to Roosevelt High School. A nice drive down the lane, over the basket, and Markel Brooks swats that one away. Renegades around the perimeter. Chavez couldn't get a handle on it, still throws it up, but it got tipped. Brooks cuts off the baseline, and a good job by Zach Garnett fighting the ball away. And Miller misses the layup. Zakir Henderson came flying in, but did not have body control and ended up rolling out. And the ball goes back to the Tigers now.
And
Renegades in. Go ahead, Julian.
You know, and I don't know, Tom. I feel like, you let me know, I feel like I'm looking at a brand new Renegade team, even as compared to last year.
Yeah, kind of an invigorated, but there's some real talent on this squad that we haven't seen in Zakir Henderson. And I think Zakir Henderson has the ability to play at the next level. This is only his freshman year, but Markel Brooks is going to be really important this year, and Zach Garnett out there on the perimeter can shoot the ball, but he can shoot it from everywhere, not just on the perimeter, but he can hit the 10-footers. Devin Marshall working on Brooks, and a nice slap away by Garnett, and Garnett does have that ability with those long arms. Henderson, and he's going to draw the charge. Oh, wow.
Offensive foul number 11, Zakir Henderson.
He dropped that shoulder, and Kevin Chambers for Reedley did a great job of standing his ground and just taking the charge. And now checking in for the Renegades, number 22, Damari Davis is back in the game now. .32 to go here in the first half. Renegades with 3 team fouls right now compared to the Tigers who have 2. And again, another stolen ball and a turnover by the Renegades. Davis getting a little too quick and fancy with the pass there, and Brooks couldn't handle it. And the Renegades still having trouble from beyond the arc. Have yet to hit one shot. And there's number 21, Godwill Famuso, a favorite of Julian Wilson.
Yes.
Yeah, Godwill Famuso, a fantastic bench player. Honestly thought he would have been starting today, but he will get plenty of minutes. And Famuso, a fantastic player out of Centennial High School. Been watching him play for years. And I think a goaltending call is going to get called on that possibly. It appears so. Zach Garnett got his hand caught up in the net on that one, and they're going to call goaltending. Renegades, once again, already have one 10-second violation, so trying to get the ball across half court quickly. Reedley doing a good job of creating trouble for the Renegades. Damari Davis, that one's a little bit off the mark. Miller driving, gives it up to Famuso, who's down there inside. Throws that one off the back of the rim, and a jump ball is going to get called. And possession goes to Reedley. And Famuso had kind of parked himself down there in the paint. I thought he would have gotten called for a 3-second violation, but did not. Renegades really heavy in the paint, not respecting the long-range shot. And my guess is that Reedley does not have a perimeter shooter because BC has literally 3 guys in the paint with nobody on the perimeter right now.
And I'm going to say, and I'm going to add that BC is playing some fantastic defense.
Absolutely.
Like I said, they are all over the floor on the defensive end.
CJ Cornegay, as expected, has 5 points so far in the game for Reedley. And the leading scorer for the Renegades is Markel Brooks, who scored pretty early in the first half of this game. Davis from the corner. Oh, that might have been a little bit of a travel he got away with there. A nice floater. Throws that one up off the back of the rim. And the foul's going to get called on Zach Garnett, and he's waving that one away like there's no way that was a foul.
Foul number 25.
But it looks like Garnett got into the body. And Nassef Laboa, the leading scorer for this Tiger squad now, going to the line. Laboa has not scored as of yet, and now he has got his first points of the game. And Zakir Henderson checking into the game along with Elijah Wade. Elijah Wade out of Garces Memorial. There's 3 players on this squad from Garces. We do have a couple of players that are out with injury right now, but they are listed on the roster, but they are not active, and we'll have to go through those, get those updated as the season progresses right now. And a travel is going to get called on Miller, and they'll turn the ball over. Renegades with 2 turnovers only so far, compared to Reedley's turnovers of 8. 13-17 left to go here in this first half. And Julian, like you said so far, the Renegade defense kind of stifling. But hey, give it up for Reedley, also doing kind of the same thing. Renegades having trouble getting that ball across half court.
Yeah, you know the good thing that I do like about this game, both teams playing hard, but you can tell who the home team is because it's just that little bit more that the Renegades are doing to secure that ball. That last series that they had where Formoso got called with the jump ball, the Renegades did nothing wrong there. Absolutely nothing. They did everything they could on that possession and just turned out to be a jump ball.
Yeah, BC so far not having a whole lot of success from beyond the arc. No shots from beyond the arc so far. They're 1 of 8 attempts, so they're going to have to clean that up, and only 18% from the field right now. So BC really having a little bit of trouble shooting from beyond the arc. And, you know, who's going to be that player that's going to be that guy?
Right.
You know, Isaiah Perry was kind of that guy last year. He's out for the season. Also, Leviticus Latu. Latu's out for the season.
Yeah.
So 2 players that, you know, could actually shoot the long-range ball. You know, Markel Brooks was warming up a lot before the game. You know, kind of hard to watch Markel shooting 3-pointers when he's 6'6".
Right.
You kind of need him a little further down toward the baseline, underneath the basket, kind of rebounding.
Right. You know, and again, we're early in the game, so we're early in the contest. I do believe that one of these guys is going to warm up behind that arc.
Yeah. Right now, Tyron Taylor out of Ridgeview High School on the court, number 4. Tyler at 6'5", and a pretty long wingspan on the guy. Renegades come away with the rebound. Miller back out to Zakir. Miller misses. And the rebound by the Tigers. And trying to chase it down was Tyron Tyler. Tyler just reached up. I don't even think he knew the ball was there. He didn't. It was behind him, up over the top of his head, and knocked it away. Had a chance to chase it down, but Renegades once again working out on the perimeter against the Tigers. And another one coughed up. Miller hard off the glass, can't get that one to go. And a jump ball's going to get called on that one. And as he was going to the ground, and I don't know if that was Elijah Wade or Zakir Henderson, but they had a ball as he was going to the ground and the possession arrow pointing to the Renegades. 12:05 left to go in this first half, almost halfway through. Miller throws all the way back out to the top. Miller with the three-pointer. It's good. And the Renegades back to the lead with 11-9. And a triple team down underneath.
Renegade foul number 13, James Miller, first personal foul.
And Cornegay trying to go to the rack still should have thrown the ball back out to the top of the key.
Shooting 2, CJ.
But draws the foul anyway, and he'll go to the line. Cornegay on the season shooting 66% from the free throw line.
Renegade substitution number 4, Devin Marshall. BC substitution number 5, Markel Brooks.
So Markel Brooks now back in the game for the Renegades. Markel Brooks out of Golden Valley High School, a 6'6" sophomore forward, had significant playing time last season. He is the leader on this squad this year. Famuso, Brooks, Miller, Henderson, and Wade on the court right now for the Renegades. Six on the shot. And a travel called against Lucian Milligan. So the Renegades with the lead, even though they lack in all the shooting percentages, they've just scored one time more. And right now they're 2 of 9, 2 of 10, I should say, from the three-point line. And it rattles in and out as Cornegay got the rebound and tried to put it back.
Right, and it may not have helped him that he hung on the rim because he pulled the rim down.
He did pull that rim down,
yes.
Absolutely. Milligan was driving the lane and couldn't get it to go, but Cornegay was just right behind him. Fantastic play by the Tigers, just couldn't get it to go. And 10 seconds gets called again on the Renegades. That's their second 10-second violation of this first half.
You know, if you want to get under a coach's skin, don't get the ball across the half-point line.
Absolutely. Gustavo Chavez getting ready to check in, and Greg McCall grabbed a hold of him to fake out the officials. Chavez will take a seat just for the moment. And a nice job backing down. And that's Aaron Williams. Famuso a little bit slipped down there. And again, Reedley really turning the tables on the Renegades by applying the half-court pressure. 5 on the shot clock. And it goes. James Miller. Renegades with the pressure. And a jump ball is going to get called. And the possession arrow pointing to Reedley.
Renegade substitution, number 2, Gustavo Chavez.
So Gustavo Chavez
Garnett.
and Zach Garnett back in the game for the Renegades. Chavez working on Perry. And that one way off the mark, just got glass. Miller with the spin move. Tries to get the rebound, can't. Brooks gets it. And a reset shot clock on that. Miller now from three-point land hits another one. And I think that the Renegades have found their three-point shooter for the season in James Miller.
Yes, it didn't take long.
Wow. Miller now the leading scorer on this squad for the Renegades with 9 points. And the second leading scorer is just Markel Brooks, who got the three-point play in the first minute and a half of the game. So James Miller really taking over right now. And he was nowhere on my stat sheet.
And
Miller was missing off my bingo card.
And I tell you what I'm impressed about, the fact that he missed a shot and it did not faze him. And that's what shooters do. They shoot.
That's right. Yeah, after the shot, went around toward the baseline and over to the side and got the dish again and shot that one right behind Zakir Henderson.
Right, was not afraid to shoot, and that's what you like to see in a player, and you love to see that in a coach, that he allows his player to do that.
Absolutely. So James Miller right now leading all scorers on the floor with 9 points. For the Reedley's Tigers, they have 6 points for CJ Cornegate, which is no surprise because he is their leading scorer. Well, second leading scorer right behind Nassif Laboa, who we really haven't heard much out of so far.
Right.
Number 0, Nassif Laboa, is the leading scorer on this squad with 20.7 points per game. And he is very quiet so far and not in the game right now. Renegade defense right now is really just quick. And another turnover. That's the 11th turnover by the Tigers so far. And that one given up to Henderson, who stuffs it. Zakir Henderson can just get up off of 2 feet so easily. If he's left to his own devices to go to the rack, he'll put the ball down every single time.
And, Tom, he looks really, really comfortable out there.
Well, and Henderson is very strong.
Yes.
Chavez chases down the ball. Here come the Renegades. Henderson dishes it outside to Miller. Back down inside to Brooks. And he's going to draw the foul on that.
Really foul number 3, Dak Stout. First personal foul.
Analicia Croonquist, our resident boss here at Bakersfield College for our production stuff, just brought me up statistics and handed me a piece of paper. And it's old school. I haven't been handed paper since years and years have gone by. But awfully nice of her to provide that information to us. BC leading 19-12, 7:54 left to go here in this first half. And Brooks with the tip in. He tipped it to Tyron Taylor, who put it up but didn't get it, and then went back and tipped the ball in. So the Renegades right now looking very confident as they lead 21-12. And here they come again. Brooks, nice throw up in traffic and gets the ball to go. And Markel Brooks now with 5 points. And again, more pressure by the BC defense.
Reedley substitution, number 20, Kevin Chambers.
And Kevin Chambers is going to come back in for the Tigers. Chambers so far has not scored. And Brooks knew what he was doing, but gets called for the foul anyway. A little too much contact on the wrist as he goes to swat the ball away. Sometimes when you get the ball and you get the wrist, they give you the call, but on that one they didn't.
Well, I tell you, Tom, I think this evening we are getting a lesson on how to play above the rim, because that's exactly what the Renegades are doing.
Absolutely. Renegades leading 23-12 with 7:13 left to go in this first half. Cornegay, 6 points in the game so far, the leading scorer for the Tigers. Aaron Williams, number 22, is second with 4 points. James Miller and Markel Brooks are leading scorers for the Renegades with 9 points and 7 points respectively. And Zakir Henderson surprisingly only has 4 points. I see that changing here relatively soon. The Renegades, once they get running, do very, very well on offense. They're a very good fast break team. Brooks from the baseline hits the 10-footer as he was fading away. And now Markel Brooks has 9 points. Garnett swats that one away. Now he's fighting under the net. And again, the Renegades cannot come away with a rebound as the Tigers just continue the assault on the basket.
Renegade foul number 25.
And that's going to go against Zach Garnett.
Shooting 2, Nasset Luboa.
Garnett now with 2 fouls in this first half, and he's going to come out and sit down.
Number 21.
And Godwell Famuso coming in for him. Nobody for either team in any kind of real foul trouble. Zach Garnett with 2 has more fouls so far than anybody else in the game so far. Tad Tibbett into the game for Reedley. Number 14, tab out of Sanger, California. A very young squad for the Reedley Tigers. Only 3 sophomores on the squad. Everybody else is freshmen. So a team in development. Cornegay and Luboa, the 2 leading scorers for Reedley. And that's a kick ball, but they let it go. Again, Cornegay and Luboa, both leading scorers on the squad for Reedley, both freshmen. Famosa corrals it but gives it away, trying to keep from going out of bounds and keep the ball in play. And a foul's going to get called against the Renegades. And that's going to go on number 0, Elijah Wade. That'll be Elijah Wade's first personal foul. So Reedley now in the bonus. And shooting 1 and 1. Lucian Milligan at the line. Drains the first. Reedley was leading in pretty much every statistical category in the beginning of this half. Have kind of fallen off a little bit, shooting 25% with the Renegades 32%. And again, the Renegades have to get the ball across half court. BC with 2 half-court violations so far in the game. Brooks driving the lane. And a blocking foul is going to get called. And that one seemed to come in a little bit late, but that's going to get called against Lucian Milligan. Milligan looked like he had gotten there in time. But Brooks is going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Shooting 2, Markel Brooks.
Markel Brooks on the season,
Substitution number 20, Marion Armstrong.
shooting only 20% from the free throw line. But he makes the first one as the Renegades are leading 26-17 with 5:36 to go, and he makes the second. So another turnover. And that's number 13 for Reedley so far in this first half. And the Renegades only have 7 turnovers so far. I digress. I'm incorrect. I was reading the wrong line. They only have 4 turnovers. So BC doing a good job of maintaining possession of the ball and getting shot opportunities. And a turnover there. And that foul is going to get called on the Renegades. And it's going to go against Marion Armstrong. Armstrong really didn't have much of a chance on that one.
First personal foul.
Armstrong listed at 5'9", trying to go up against C.J. Cornegay at 6'6". And he really just decided to just try to draw the foul. Reedley still in the bonus now. In the single bonus. With 9 team fouls against the Renegades. So the next one they'll be shooting 2 for the rest of the half. 5:07 left to go in this first half. And Cornegay drains them both. C.J. Cornegay now with 9 points in this first half. And a push-off is going to get called against Cornegay, I believe. Yeah, it's going to go against Cornegay.
Foul number 12, C.J. Cornegay.
And that's going to be Cornegay's first personal foul. Markel Brooks trying to back down Cornegay. Cornegay flops hard, trying to get the officials to bite on that. And he may have had position on that, but some you get to go and some you don't. And a foul is going to get called on that one. And it looked like that one was pretty clean, but it's going to get called against Marion Armstrong, and he's going to draw 2 quick fouls. And now Reedley is in the double bonus. They trail by 10, 29-19. 4:30 left to go in this first half. And Julian, I don't know if you're surprised at all by anything that has transpired in this first half. I did not expect a 10-point lead at this point in the game for the Renegades.
And they have Markel Brooks to thank for that. He is out doing the heavy lifting, and if you're looking at him away from the ball, he is extremely vocal.
Yeah, Markel Brooks so far with 13 points in this first half, so he is definitely doing the lion's share of the lifting for the Renegades. Of course, James Miller, 2 3-pointers, has 9 points. And I got a feeling that the leading scorers on this squad have not done everything yet. Zach Garnett has yet to score, but he can rabble off 8 to 10 points in a game, so we may see a little bit more of him getting warmed up. And a nice rebound there by Brooks.
By Markel Brooks.
And the Renegades got caught sleeping, but a shot clearly just missed, and it's going to be a foul called against Reedley. And that's going to go against number 22, Aaron Williams. And that'll be his first personal foul. And on that one, number 11, Luke Mocknick, out of Selma, had just a completely unguarded net and just missed it. Renegades still leading by 10. Just over 3.5 minutes to play here in the first half. Oh, high off the glass and couldn't get it to go, but Godwell-Famuso comes up with it. Here comes James Miller. Miller outside to secure Henderson. Henderson from the corner, and he gets that one to go. 2 points Zakir Henderson now with 6 points. And a travel is going to get called against Reedley.
Renegade substitution, number 25, Zach Garnett.
Back in the game now for the Renegades.
Chavez.
Number 2, Gustavo Chavez, and number 25, Zach Garnett. Markel Brooks and Tyron Tyler will have a seat and try to rest it out for as much of this first half as they can. And Henderson's going to get called on the travel.
And you know that is a tough call. These guys move so fast.
That stutter step
that
sometimes,
stutter step. You know, that's the third time we've seen that call
Absolutely.
tonight.
And Elijah Wade now back in the game for the Renegades. And James Miller's going to have a seat. Renegades still applying pressure. And a block, a huge block by Zakir Henderson and Godwill Famuso. They double teamed him.
You know,
and trying to chase that one down was Kevin Chambers, and it got away from him.
I didn't mean to laugh. I kind of chuckled. So I'm sorry about that, audience, but he's going down there. 3 guys there. I was thinking in my mind, what are you doing?
I think C.J. Cornegie, I think that he was licking his lips on that one, think that he was going to get that dunk.
Yeah.
And then Zakir Henderson does have the ability to elevate. You're not going to be able to get over the top of it.
I was like, wow.
So the Renegades get possession back. Kevin Chambers actually got a good beat on that one, and had no one in front of him, would have gone all the way down the court.
Wow.
And the foul is going to get called on Elijah Wade, who seemed to have a clean shot at the ball, but they're going to say it got into his body.
Got him with the body, yeah.
Got him with the body, and that's going to be his second personal foul. And Elijah Wade is wondering if who it got called on. He's looking around like,
right.
who was that?
Because he was up there by himself. It was just him and the ball.
I think he thought somebody came from behind and got the hack, but no.
Yes.
On Elijah Wade is Nassif Labua. Goes to the line.
Yeah, and Coach McCall was even surprised at that. He was shaking his head, had both of his hands on his ears. Like, what was that?
Laboa silently making his way up to the top of the scoring leaderboard for the Tigers. Now has 7 points. Misses the second. Henderson with the rebound. And the Tigers still applying pressure. 1 second left. Oh, he just got over the line. Gustavo Chavez, that one's off the mark. Oh, and a nice move underneath.
Really nice.
And he's going to draw the foul. Elijah Wade.
Really nice move.
Wade did a quick turn, lost his defender, drove the baseline, goes up underneath the basket, gets the shot, and draws the foul.
You know, and he even lost the other players on the other side of the key because they did not expect him to turn.
They thought he was going to go back out to the top of the key with that one, and boy, what a quick turn. And the Renegade lead is now 13 with Elijah Wade at the line, and he'll shoot one to make this a three-point play. That one rattles in and out. 2:09 left to go in the first half. Renegade leading 35 to 22. Again, the pressure from the Renegades. Wade with the reverse. Gets the reverse layup to go.
I don't know how he contorted his body to make that shot. That was a fantastic
Elijah Wade
shot.
with 4 quick points. And again, the scrappy Renegade defense. And Nassif Laboa just getting absolutely stymied over on the near side by the Renegades. And a timeout is going to get called. We'll be back with the rest of the first half right after these messages. Welcome back into the broadcast. Tom Meyers, the Dr. Julian Wilson on the broadcast today. And, of course, a big shout-out to our good friend John Candelaria down there at the score table. And he's watching the game at the score table on our broadcast right now. So a fantastic game so far. Renegades in the lead 37-22 over the Reedley Tigers. And honestly, Julian, we had this conversation. I did not expect the Renegade, not only their offense has it started to pick up, but the defense is just absolutely smothering.
And that's what's made the difference in this game for the Renegades. They're stifling defense.
Markel Brooks, and he gets the ball stolen away from him. Laboa's going to go down, and he got fouled, it looks like, by Gustavo Chavez. And Chavez in a little bit of pain, grimacing, as is Laboa.
Yeah.
Personal foul.
So Chavez now with 2 personal fouls. And Laboa is going to go to the line, shooting 2. 1:19 left to go in this first half. The Bakersfield College women's basketball game is immediately following this one, so we got a little bit of a doubleheader today.
Right. Stay with us.
They'll be playing LA Mission College coming up at 5 o'clock. And a report of the score for Bakersfield College today down at College of the Canyons. And the Renegades fall to the College of the Canyons 17-10. And they finish the season at 4-6. And not the season I think Tyler Thompson was hoping for his inaugural year. And Henderson is going to get that one just stolen right out of his hands by Laboa. I stand corrected. That was stolen by Kevin Chambers.
Yes.
And Elijah Wade is going to draw the charge. And that's going to be Williams' second foul. And I'll tell you what, the roster for Reedley College, it's Los Angeles, Durham, North Carolina, Fresno, California, Lancaster, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Wilmington, North Carolina, Chicago, Illinois. I mean, they've gone out and tried to get players from all over the country. And Bakersfield is just Bakersfield.
Right.
And Fresno. One player from Fresno, everyone else is from Bakersfield. It's like we say, it's like Bakersfield's all-star basketball squad.
Well, it's good to get these players from these other states. They all want to come to California, no matter how they get there.
Yeah, Reedley's always been really good at doing that anyway. And Henderson gets a hand on it, and he's going to be all alone, and he's going to get the jam.
Henderson.
And we called it before he even got down there.
Right. We knew it.
You knew it was coming, and now Zakir Henderson has 8 points in the game. Zach Arnett trying to block underneath, but C.J. Cornegate just too much. Cornegate 6'6", easily able to go one-on-one underneath. And a swat away there and that's going to do it for the first half. It's Bakersfield College 39. The Reedley Tigers 26. We'll be back for the second half after this. Back for the second half. Bakersfield College taking on the Reedley Tigers today. I'm Tom Meyers along with the doctor, Julian Wilson. And Julian, wow, what a great first half for the Renegades and not so much for the Tigers. Comparatively, the Tigers shooting 25% from the field. Renegades are 39%. The Tigers have not made one from beyond the arc so far, so they're 0 for 2 in three-point attempts. Renegades are 4 for 16. I know they would like to get that. Greg McCall would like to get that number up a little bit more. And then at the line, here's the surprising one. And this is kind of a crazy. You know how much I love statistics, Julian.
Yes, you do.
The Tigers, 16 of 19 from the free throw line. They got to the line a ton in that first half.
Right, and that's a good number from the free throw line for any half of a basketball game.
Absolutely. Renegades only went to the line 4 times in that first half. So going to have to do a little bit better job of drawing the foul. The turnovers, though, really turned the ball over 18 times. The Renegades only turned it over 10. So a 39-26 lead for the Renegades as we open up the second half. And I did have a nice conversation with Coach Greg McCall for the Renegades on his way out into the second half. And down below, and Zakir Henderson, and a travel is going to get called on C.J. Cornegay. Started to sidestep a little bit, and Henderson was right on him. And honestly, number 23, Macario Solorio, really had a shot and just missed over the top of the rim.
And again, the Renegades come out with that crushing defense. They're right there.
Yeah, and as you look onto the court, a couple of players with a little bit of tape on them. Zakir Henderson on his left hand. James Miller on his left hand. And Gustavo Chavez with his left elbow taped up. And he was telling me that he had a little bit of a injury earlier in the season and kind of hyperextended it. Got tied up with C.J. Cornegay in the end of the first half there underneath the basket down at the other end of the court and kind of tweaked it a little bit, but got a little extra support on it by getting it taped up by the trainer. So he's good to go here for the second half so far. BC really started to turn on the Jets at the end of that first half and expanded that score. They were leading by just a few points throughout that first half and then really expanded that lead to 13 toward the end there. Leading scorers so far, Markel Brooks with 15 points and James Miller with 9, then for the Renegades. And then for the Tigers, leading scorer, of course, is C.J. Cornegay. Nobody's surprised there. And he now has 13 points. And Nassif Laboa, the leading scorer on that squad for the Tigers, has 9. Oh, nice pickoff there by Devin Marshall. Marshall, that one up off the glass and scores. And 2 quick scores by the Tigers in this second half.
And, that's the way you get back in the game. You come out second half, do what they did to you.
Renegades working it around the perimeter. Six seconds on the shot clock. Miller driving. Fall away. Gets it to go. And a foul is going to get called away from the ball. And we'll wait to see what the call is. The basket will count. And a foul on number 5 of the Renegades after the ball went in. So Markel Brooks is going to get called on the foul, but the basket will count.
Renegade substitution number 21, Godwin.
And that's going to be Markel Brooks' second foul of the game. So not in any foul trouble yet. 5 Renegade players with 2 fouls so far. Brooks, Wade, Chavez, Armstrong, and Garnett. Cornegay driving the baseline. And it looks like Famuso is going to get the call on that one. Yeah, it's going to go against Godwill.
First personal foul, second team foul.
Cornegay is now going to go to the line, and the Renegades
Shooting 2, C.J. Cornegay.
really need to find a way. And I don't know if this is just aggressive defense, but putting Reedley on the line 19 times.
Right.
And I say 19, but giving them 19 attempts in that first half is really what they did. And they scored 16, so they're shooting 84.2 from the free throw line so far. And that one's going to go out of bounds, and the Renegades are going to have possession. And Reedley has still kept on the pressure, but not nearly as much as in the first half. And that one just easily stolen by Cornegay, and he loses a handle on it. And Henderson goes up.
And
they're going to say that Henderson last had a hand on the ball. The discussion's still going on, and it's going to go to Reedley. And nobody touched it is what Greg McCall is shouting down there on the court.
He just lost it.
And a nice block there by Zakir Henderson on Cornegay. He's on the floor. And nice pickup by Gustavo Chavez, who goes around the backside and knocks it out of the hands of Aaron Williams. And again, Bakersfield College, if you were going to talk about what you thought about they were going to be on their game plan today,
right?
Defense, stifling defense was not at the top of my bingo card.
It wasn't on the top of anyone's card. It's amazing what they're doing tonight.
Yeah, good defense so far against this Reedley squad. And
There
Henderson goes up and gets it. And now he's going to go right at Cornegay. Up high off the glass. And we're watching a special young man right there in Zakir Henderson against one of the top players on the squad for Reedley. And that one just kind of a giveaway and an easy score for Aaron Williams. Now Zach Garnett with the fall away, just off the front of the rim and can't get it to go.
That's a shot he's going to have to learn how to make.
Well, and that's a shot that Zach Garnett normally makes. And now it's 3-on-2. Garnett, and he loses it on the pass. And I don't think he quite saw that one coming from James Miller. He was too close, is what James Miller says.
But going back to
he was too close, Coach.
Yes, but going back to that shot, that's a shot that he'll be able to get anytime he wants. So he really has to work on that turnaround.
That one in and out. Henderson with the rebound. And a nice shot by Miller. 45-33 with 15:49 to go. And the defense of the Renegades just didn't get back. And not so sure what happened on that one. Chavez gets the ball knocked away, turns around, squares up, shoots the three, rattles in and out. Famuso with the rebound. And now Miller, and Miller gets that one to fall. And now it's 48-35. Renegades still working hard on defense. From the corner, an easy three by Lucian Milligan. Henderson down below is going to get called for the travel. Yeah, we saw him take an extra step down there. And he kind of comes up hobbling a little bit like he got caught up and tweaked his ankle. He's going to walk that one off. And he's not going to get the chance because Damari Davis is going to come in for Zakir Henderson.
Well,
Damari Davis out of Liberty High School. I've known that kid since he was about 5 years old. And he still has the same face he had when he was 5 years old.
I guess so.
His father, Wesley Davis, is a good friend of mine. And great to see him up here playing. He did have a knee injury a couple of years ago and was still kind of battling through some stuff last year. Great to see him on the court this year. He redshirted. But back this year and contributing to the Renegades. And here comes Markel Brooks, elevates, and that one doesn't make it. Brooks, they say it was too wide open of a net. And that foul's going to get called on Damari Davis, trying to maintain his position and was unable to. Is going to get called for the blocking foul. And that's going to be Davis's second personal foul. Again, nobody really in any foul trouble for the Renegades. And a nice rebound by Kevin Chambers. Chambers tries to go up with it. Cornegay on his way out of bounds with the smart play. Bounced that one right off of Tyron Taylor.
Meshnick.
Luke Mishnick now back in the game for the Tigers. And that foul is going to get called against the Renegades. James Miller down underneath.
BC foul number 13 of James Miller, second personal foul.
And the Renegades, 4 team fouls already, with 13 minutes and 56 seconds left to go in this second half. And Reedley almost assuredly going to get into the bonus quickly. And a great move.
Nice move
by Aaron Williams on Markel Brooks, and Brooks just couldn't do anything else about it. And a long three by Tyron Taylor. And the Renegades now 6 of 19 from three-point land.
Bucket by number 12, C.J. Cornegay.
Cornegay with the quick score again. Cornegay seeming to have his way right now with the Renegades, and he has 18 points. And a foul's going to get called, and that looks like it's going to go against Aaron Williams, and it is, and that'll be Aaron Williams' 4th personal foul. So he's in foul trouble. He's going to come out and sit down now.
Third personal foul.
And I may be incorrect. They say third personal, but somebody put that up awfully quick. Normally when I look on my screen, the information is a little bit later and delayed. But yeah, he's got 3 personal fouls now. Williams, the only player on both squads with 3 personal fouls. Brooks down in the corner. Driving towards the paint. Oh, and just gives it up. Turnover. Mishnick out into the corner. And again, down there in that corner is Lucian Milligan with his second three-pointer in the last 2 minutes. Milligan now 2 for 3 from beyond the arc. Now Zach Garnett trying to get one to go. Garnett still cold with no points so far in the game. He averages 8 per game. Neither team really giving any full court press right now. And the lead for the Renegades has started to flounder just a little bit. Boy, I'll tell you what, the Tigers, you look up at the scoreboard and they're back within 6 points really quickly on this Renegade squad. Not something that we really expected, as they were leading by as much as 13 in this half.
And exactly, with whatever run that Reedley can come up with in this second half, it will show what those free throws have done. They'll start to come into play, the fact that they have 18, 19 free throws. For
the Reedley Tigers so far, C.J. Cornegay with 18 points. 3 Renegade players all in double figures. James Miller with 16 points, Markel Brooks with 15, and Zakir Henderson with 10. And I think that what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to bring that starting lineup back in here to kind of stop this bleeding that's happened so far in this second half. And the Renegades, 51 points compared to the Tigers' 45. Renegades not really in too much foul trouble yet. They do have 4 team fouls so far, compared to the Tigers' only 1 team foul.
You know, and the Renegades will have to keep their head definitely in this game. You know, like I said, this is how teams creep back in.
You are absolutely correct, Julian Wilson. They don't call him the best play-by-play analyst in the business for nothing.
You got to stop.
Henderson with a nice touch off the front of the rim, hits the glass and goes in. And Zakir Henderson now with 12 points. Renegade lead back to 8. And that one, Henderson with the low pass. Tyron Taylor just couldn't go down and get it. Now Zach Garnett's going to come back into the game for James Miller.
Substitution number 12, C.J. Cornegay. Number
on the court for Reedley right now. Nassif Laboa, CJ Cornegay, and that's going to be a goaltend. And that's going to go against Tyron Taylor, who went up. It had already hit the glass. And tight defense by the Tigers, number 11, Luke Mishnick. $11:16 left to go in the second half. Famuso goes to the backcourt to get it. Elijah Wade back up top, setting up the offense. Over to Garnett. Garnett drives baseline, back out up top. And Wade from three-point land, he's going to draw the foul and get to the line and get 3 shot attempts.
And when was the last time we've seen that?
Number 5, Lucian Milligan.
Not very often. You try not to foul from beyond the arc. They tell you not to do it because you're going to send him to the line with multiple opportunities. And Gustavo Chavez over to the score desk now to check in. And the first one's going to fall. And Chavez and Miller are going to check back in for the Renegades. 10:57 to go in this second half. Elijah Wade drains the first 2 of 3. And it looks like James Miller is going to come in for Elijah Wade if he makes this shot. Wade gets that one to fall, and he's got 7 points so far in the game, and he's 3 for 4 from the free throw line. James Miller so far in the game is the leading scorer for the Renegades. It's 4 of 6 from beyond the arc. And the Renegades trying to keep an eye on number 5, Lucian Milligan. He's over there on the near side. And Tyron Taylor has kind of been charged with making sure that he doesn't rattle off another couple of three-pointers. And the shot will not count, and he gets called for traveling. Wow. CJ Cornegay. And that's about his 3rd travel call so far today.
Yeah, I think everyone saw that one.
I think everybody did, except for CJ. I don't think he saw it. Cornegay, a fantastic effort so far with 18 points in the game. Henderson driving to his right, loses a handle on it, tries to give it up, but it gets stolen. And here comes Lucian Milligan. Milligan loses a handle on it. Miller drives, gives it up to Famuso.
Wow.
When he gave it up, he created some space, and Famuso was able to just go up with an easy layup on the right side. A completely selfless play. And a three-pointer by Gustavo Chavez. Chavez out on the perimeter, and now Gustavo Chavez has 5 points. More Renegade basketball back in a minute. Coming out of the timeout, Renegades leading 61-47 with 9:19 left to go in the second half. You know, Reedley started to come back for a little bit there, Julian Wilson. They pulled to within, 6 points? It was 45-51, and then the Renegades kind of put on the afterburners and pulled away again and now lead by 14. And I think 14 or 15 is their biggest lead of the game.
Right.
Reedley shooting 36.8% from the field. Renegades up to 44%. And again, number 5, Lucian Milligan, just giving the Renegades fits. That's his 4th three-pointer. And right now, Milligan well, I stand corrected. That's his 3rd three-pointer. He's 3 for 6. The team as a whole is 3 for 10, meaning Milligan is the only player on the squad that has gotten three-pointers so far in the game.
3rd personal foul.
Gustavo Chavez just got called for a foul, and that's his 3rd personal foul. Kevin Chambers is at the line for the Tigers. Kevin Chambers, that's his 1st score of the game. Well, I stand corrected. Did he make that, Julian?
Yes, he did.
I think he did. I'm waiting for the update on here. It hasn't not updated. Okay, all right. There we go. I was just telling our statistician down at the score table how fast everything's been today, but some of that stuff isn't coming in all of a sudden. Maybe my internet's getting slow. Chavez once again from the corner. That one rattles in and out. And C.J. Cornegay coming back with the putback. Kind of showing he can do the same thing Zakir Henderson can do. Henderson driving to his left, lost him. Could have put that one up, but didn't. And again, I think Tyron Taylor needs to check the stickum on his hands because it seems like he's lost the handle on a couple of balls the last couple of times down.
You know, and the Renegades are going to have to be careful here. I mean, there's still a lot of time left in this game, over 8 minutes.
Well, the Renegades now with 20 turnovers, only had 10 in the first half. And they're starting to catch up with Reedley, who's now got 23. So it's kind of slowed down for Reedley and sped up. And how about that? But number 5, Lucian Milligan, nobody saw him, all alone down on the baseline and gets the nice layup. And again, it's 61-56. And again, the Renegades lose a handle on the ball, but it was knocked away out of Markel Brooks' hands, and the Renegades will maintain possession. But again, it's a 5-point lead, so they're really just keeping in this game. They keep clawing their way back.
And those free throws, like I said, are going to loom big as they get closer.
Brooks goes high off the glass with contact over C.J. Cornegay and gets that one to go. And the Renegades get the turnover. Once again, the heavy defense. And that one's way off the mark.
Yes. Henderson
pulls that one away. Oh, and they call the travel before the Renegades get a hold of the ball.
Right. Well, we'll see.
So possession will go to the Renegades. I don't know where Zakir Henderson's going.
I think he thought he traveled.
I think he thought that it was a foul.
Yes.
But the travel got called against Reedley, which honestly I don't really see. You don't see that very often.
Right.
Usually a jump ball is called in a play like that.
Right.
James Miller can't get that one to go. And that one's out of bounds, and a smart play by Tyron Taylor. Swatted the ball at Devin Marshall, who was standing out of bounds, and once it touched him, the ball is out of bounds. A heads-up play by Tyler.
Wow.
Henderson floating one up. And Brooks was trying to put that one back, claimed that he got hit. And Henderson is down. and trying to wait and see what's going on. And I don't know if that's I'm hoping that's a cramp. It is a cramp.
It is a cramp.
Zakir Henderson has had a knee injury a few years ago that sidelined him for a season. And so anytime you see something happen with his leg, you get a little bit nervous of that recurring knee injury. So hopefully he's just a little dehydrated and just got to get some mustard and some Gatorade in him.
And it's a bad cramp because he's trying to relax and then he's locking up on him.
You can kind of tell on that one. The trainer over there working on him. We'll be back with more Renegade basketball after this. Zakir Henderson up and off the court under his own power and kind of moving around a little bit. Just a severe cramp, thank goodness, but we talked about that just now.
Yeah.
Julian said that he saw Greg McCall kind of wincing for a second there going, oh no.
Yes.
And I don't blame you. That's a tough one, when you're watching a player go down, especially one of your top guys. And, I had a nice conversation with Greg McCall at the beginning of the second half, in between the first and the second half, I should say. And, boy, he was really touting just the special player that Zakir Henderson is. So that one, glad to see that he's up. He's down at the end, kind of getting some fluids in him, and the trainer's keeping an eye on him down there. Going to try and get him back in this game. Renegades leading with 6.5 minutes to go. Whoa! And again, they just can't get a handle on it. And Reedley has 5 attempts at getting the ball in the bucket and finally gets it to go, and Devin Marshall rebounded it and tossed that one in. (63-58) with 6:04 to go. Three on the shot clock.
BC substitution, number 25, Zach Garnett.
And a shot clock violation called against the Renegades as Zach Garnett checks back into the game for BC. And I'm a little disappointed, Julian Wilson. I didn't get to see the red light go off on the perimeter of the glass backboard.
Yeah, I was looking forward to.
I mean, I don't think I was looking forward to it, but I still wanted to see it.
I was looking for it.
Were you?
Yes.
And again, the back door by Reedley down the baseline. The Renegades have not had a solution for that. And now it's 63-60, and Reedley is back in this ball game. Brooks outside to Miller. That one's off the front of the rim, but a good rebound by Elijah Wade. And the foul's going to get called against Reedley on the floor.
Reedley foul number 22, Aaron Williams.
BC will get the basket out underneath.
Reedley substitution, number 5.
Lucian Milligan back in the game for the Tigers. And again, a big three-point threat. 3 of 6 from beyond the arc. Three on the shot clock. And Garnett steps on the line, and the Renegades will turn the ball over. Their 22nd turnover of the game.
BC substitution, number 11.
And Zakir Henderson back in the game. Zakir Henderson and Markel Brooks need to take over on offense in this game if they have any chance of pulling out a win here.
Yes, and they can. That's the good thing about it. Those are two men that can take this game over.
And a three by Kevin Chambers. And the game is tied back up with 4.5 to go. That one's going to be tipped off of the hands of Lucian Milligan, out of bounds, and the Renegades will have possession. 17 seconds left on the shot clock. BC, the last couple of trips down, has had trouble getting a shot off. And that's going to be a foul, and it's going to get called on Devin Marshall. And that's going to be Devin Marshall.
Devin Marshall, second personal foul.
That'll be his second personal foul. So reset on the shot clock, back to 20. And again, the problem the Renegades have had the last couple of possessions down the floor is trying to beat that shot clock. They've been letting it kind of get all the way down to 3 seconds, and one even expired. Miller working on the perimeter from the free throw line. Throws one up, and it's good.
Miller.
3:50 on the game clock. And again, all alone. He was standing down to the baseline as number 4, Devin Marshall. CJ Cornegate drew him to him. And I didn't think it'd be rhyming today, Julian Wilson. Drew the defenders his way. And an easy score.
Wow.
And another turnover by the Renegades. Oh, and that might have been a double dribble. He touched it with both hands and got away with one there, Lucian Milligan. That one's off the glass. Garnett with the rebound. Miller with the fall away. That one's off the glass. Zakir Henderson trying to get the rebound. And now down at the other end. And he went down hard.
Timeout, Renegade.
That looked like Kevin Chambers. And I think Chambers cramped. So now we got everybody going down with cramps. And that, fortunately, what you want to see is you want to see the cramp injury. You don't want to see the knee injury or the ankle injury. And we've been used to seeing those during the football season all year long, but certainly not during basketball season.
Right, you don't see that cramping during the basketball season because it's normally related to the heat. When it's hot, you're losing a lot of fluid.
Yeah,
makes
absolutely.
you cramp. So to see it indoor, it's a bit of a mystery.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Renegades trailing now 65-67. And honestly, something that we just didn't expect. They haven't trailed since the early part of the first half.
Well, just like we discussed earlier, allowing Reedley to stay in this game, if they were able to get close at any level, those free throws were going to loom big.
Coming up, following this game, the Renegade women's basketball program takes on LA Mission College, who's up here from Southern California. Bakersfield College 3-0 so far on the season, and the Lady Renegades looking really good.
Yes, and I haven't personally had a chance to see them this year. So
I know we're both really excited. So last week we were out there for the Bakersfield College Renegade. It's a long one. The Bakersfield College Renegade Hard Rock Casino Tejon pregame show. And so we were out there for the show, and they had 2 games in here, and we weren't able to come to those because we were doing the broadcast out there.
Right.
So we missed our first couple of basketball games here last week, but we're back, and Kevin Chambers is going to be up under his own power and off the court. And he's got a smile on his face, so that's a good thing. He'll get some hydration and hopefully get back in this game. 2:39 left to go in the game as the Renegades trail the Reedley Tigers 65-67.
Yes, and the Renegades at this juncture, they don't need to panic. That's the last thing where they start throwing up threes. You don't stick with your game plan. And they got a good coach leading them. So
that's right. So BC right now with possession. Henderson, Miller, Garnett, Chavez, and Brooks on the court for the Renegades. And almost turned that one over.
That was a dangerous pass. And they got to watch the
4
shot
on
clock.
the shot clock. That one thrown up by James Miller. A prayer just thrown up right at the last second. And BC now leads 68-67 with 1:57 on the clock. And an easy lay-in. Great back door. Nassif Laboa. Laboa now with 13 points. Garnett from the corner. That one hits off the side and is no good. And 1:30 to go. Reedley leading. And a foul's going to get called on that as Markel Brooks reached out.
He made him throw up on the floor. What?
Yeah, Brooks is going to get called on that one. And Markel Brooks now with his second personal foul. I stand corrected, his third personal foul. And just waiting for a cleanup out on the court.
And the problem there was on that drive, when he went up, he was a little out of control. And I don't know where.
And a timeout is going to get called.
Yeah, I don't know where he hit him. But it caused that reaction where he got sick. They're going to need some sort of.
And I think I missed that. And James Miller is not doing very well right now. I'm glad that John's pointing the camera to the actual opposite side of the basketball court right now. And we're going to be back with more Renegade basketball in just a few minutes. A really nice crowd out here today at the Renegade Athletic Complex at Bakersfield College. Great to have all of our fans here. Of course, the women's game is going to be coming up immediately following the men's game. And the ladies are taking on LA Mission College here at Bakersfield College. Admission is free. So fans, if you have nothing to do this afternoon or early this evening, come on out and watch a great game of basketball. The Lady Renegades are 3-0 so far on this season. Bakersfield College men's program is 1-1 right now. They dropped a game to Barstow and beat Saracoso. And they had the lead for most of this one, but now Reedley College in the lead 70-68 in the late going. BC led by as much as 15 in this half, so they had given up a couple of big runs by the Tigers. And now trying to stave off a loss and a turnover once again, and the Renegades now have 24 turnovers in the game. And I'm sure Greg McCall is going to just hate that statistic. And a timeout is going to get called by the Tigers.
Timeout, Reedley.
57 seconds left to go on the clock. And Reedley once again leading 71-68. Julian, I'm literally at a loss. You know, we stated this earlier, BC was in control.
Right.
Hard pressing defense, and then all of a sudden a switch flipped somewhere where they got tired out.
Yes.
Or something else happened to prevent.
Well, and the main thing is, like I said, Reedley was on the line. BC spent no time at the line. And now we're looking at, that's the difference in this game.
That's actually a huge difference in this game. Reedley 21 of 25 at the free throw line today. The Renegades only 6 of 7. So Reedley has gotten to the line today, and BC has not. And, when you look at that many points, and then on the the three-point end, BC actually, not horrible. They're 8 of 26 from three-point land, so 24 points off of three-pointers is actually pretty good. And they kind of held Reedley on the perimeter to only 4 of 12. So, but oddly enough, of those three-pointers, it looks like Lucian Milligan has 3 of them, and Kevin Chambers has 1.
Right.
So, not a huge free throw shooting team, but they have gotten easy buckets as well by getting players to release along the baseline just unabated to the basket and easy scores on the last couple of possessions down here in this end.
Yeah, it's just like you said, McCall, when he reviews this particular game, he's going to see those shots that were gotten under the basket.
Absolutely. So 12 seconds left on the shot clock, 57 on the game clock. And a turnover right there. A nice pickup and a timeout called by Greg McCall. A great steal by Zakir Henderson down underneath, paying close attention on that pass. And BC now with 49.3 seconds left to go. And Greg McCall with the dry erase board, hopefully ready to draw up a fantastic play. What do you think?
Well, I don't know that they actually need a three-pointer right now, but they need to be in a position where they can shoot one if they have to.
Yeah, there's enough time left on the clock to where the Renegades, if they get a quick score, they can play it all the way out and try to get a stop and then get the ball back with some time left on the clock to probably either win the game or at least tie it up. That's kind of what we're looking at right now. When you start playing defense while you're on offense, that's not always a great thing in a basketball game. That tells you you're on the wrong side of that fence at that particular time.
That's right.
71-68, BC trailing the Reedley Tigers. BC led by as much as 15 points in this second half, the biggest lead of the game. And right now, 49.3 seconds are left on the clock. And we got a close one here as the Renegades hoping to improve to 2-1. Reedley trying to get back in the win column, in the plus column, because they're 1-2, so they'd like to get back to 500 early in the season. And as I said earlier, they are a very good team, and led by C.J. Cornegay and Nassif Laboa. So, they're really a pretty strong team. And, Lucian Milligan, 13 points today.
Right.
Came from out of nowhere. He wasn't on my radar for today's game. But I did expect C.J. Cornegay with 20 points and Nassif Laboa with 15, both to do well today, and they did.
And they did.
For the Renegades, James Miller is the leading scorer with 21 points, Zakir Henderson with 12, and Markel Brooks with 17. Surprisingly, Zach Garnett, who was averaging 8 points, has not scored at all in today's game. Oh, and right there, they just let Gustavo Chavez just get away. And now there's only a few seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock.
And they'll need to foul.
And they're going to have to foul, absolutely. 25.6 seconds left on the game clock and 21 seconds left on the shot clock. And in my opinion, Julian, they waited too long to score on that play.
Right.
Had they left a little bit more time, they would not have been able or had to worry about sending Reedley to the line.
Right. Shooting 1-1.
So now going to the line is number 20, Kevin Chambers. Kevin Chambers on the season is shooting 78.6 from the free throw line. So not the guy you wanted to see standing there right now. It's 72-70. 25 seconds left on the clock. Chambers makes them both, and the lead is back to 3, and Greg McCall's going to call a timeout with 25.6 seconds left on the clock. And we'll be back with the remainder of this one right after this commercial break. Coming back out of the timeout, 25.6 seconds left on the clock. Renegades trailing 73-70. And they're going to have to do one of two things, depending on how Greg McCall drew it up. Either make a quick score, or they're going to have to come down and shoot the three-pointer and hope for a tie. James Miller, and he's going to draw the foul.
Not a bad foul.
Not a bad foul at all, because you're having to reset. And that actually gives the advantage to Reedley because they're nowhere close to the bonus.
Right.
Reedley still has 3 fouls to give before the Renegades are in the bonus. Miller from the three-point line. Oh, and it goes! They're tying it up! Miller ties it up. Oh, no! And a quick score by Reedley. C.J. Cornegay all alone on the baseline.
Wow.
And gets the easy layup. And the Renegades, so much promise in that three-point shot.
Yes.
And the hope of going to overtime. And with less than 13 seconds on the clock, Reedley comes down and lays in an easy bucket.
And it wasn't a planned bucket. It was just that's what happened through all the scatter. I guess that's what I could call it, scatter. And he was right at the right place at the right time.
And Bakersfield College right now has to be absolutely befuddled.
Yes.
Losing an overtime game last week in kind of the same fashion, just two close back-to-back games, and Bakersfield College right now has to just be fit to be tied.
Yes, and it's tough to lose close games, and particularly when you're at home, you lose a close game. You heard how the crowd got behind that last three-pointer.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, give it up for James Miller. He didn't even have his feet set. He was floating when he threw that one up, and then it kind of rolled around in the basket a little bit before it dropped. Now the Renegades with 3 seconds left on the clock and hoping that they can at least get a quick score. I don't even know if there's time for that. Now, if you can get the ball down the court fast enough, like a half-court pass, you may have enough time to get a little bit of a dribble in and then throw up a shot. And Zakir Henderson is the guy that you probably want down there under the basket to throw that in.
Exactly. Be a lot easier.
Markel Brooks is guarded by C.J. Cornegay down here at the far end. And Brooks is going to get the ball. Miller's going to throw it over to the corner. It's thrown up. It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
The basket. It counts. The basket counts. In the corner, Tyron Tyler. And the basket is going to count. Wow, 2-point basket, and the game is tied, and we're going to overtime. Wow, what a shot. Are you kidding me?
Let's take a look at that shot.
Tyron Tyler in the corner. I didn't think he had any time left on the clock. And as he was fading away, throws up the shot and scores. An incredible shot to tie the game up when we thought it was over. Only 3 seconds left to go in the game. Are you kidding me?
And he barely got that shot off.
Wow. And Julian, you were looking for the light on that backboard.
And I found it.
And we got it. Wow. That is absolutely remarkable.
That is an incredible replay on that shot. Unbelievable.
Wow. I don't even know what to say. I'm just absolutely astounded.
I see you don't know what to say.
Tyron Taylor with ice in his veins hits the corner shot to keep the Renegades in this one. And I'm looking down at the corner.
And you know that
on the other side, and the officials, they had to talk it over real quick.
Yes. And that's worth another look. Let's give it another look. Wow.
Down in the corner, throws up the shot, didn't even have the ball in his hands for a fraction of a second before he let that one fly. And you have got to be absolutely kidding me. What a fantastic shot. As I look at Trevor Horn over to my left-hand side. What are you doing there, champ? He's here with his son. And boy, I'll tell you what, Trevor, that was quite the shot. Absolutely. Couldn't be better said. I'll tell you what, Bakersfield College, I thought they were good and dead, but boy, I'll tell you what a great play. And they're going to go to overtime here with 5 minutes to go. And definitely, if you think about it, the wave of momentum is on the side of BC. And Tyron Tyler is now my new favorite basketball player here at Bakersfield College.
Well, the good thing, BC's been here before just recently, so this is not unfamiliar territory.
And the Renegades turn that one over.
Was that a double
And I'm not
trap?
even sure what that was,
I
but
think that
Devin
was a-
Marshall just kept dropping the ball every time that he was going to travel.
It looked like a double travel.
But he made contact, and somebody had a hand on the ball, so they let him have it. Henderson from the corner, can't get that one to go.
Looked good.
He got a wide open look, but just wasn't able to get it to do it. Henderson reaching out for that one. Luckily, it was just over his outstretched hand, so they don't get caught with it out of bounds. Henderson's going to have to inbound the ball now. 4:02 left to go as almost a minute has expired here in overtime. The Renegades with 7 team fouls and Reedley with 5. Each team has 2 timeouts here in overtime. And Brooks is going to draw the foul, and that's going to go against C.J. Cornegay. And that's going to be Cornegay's second personal foul now.
Reedley foul number 12, C.J. Cornegay Jr. Second personal foul.
Aaron Williams, number 22 for Reedley, is the only player in foul trouble right now. He's got 4. Renegades really having a little trouble inbounding. Miller out on the perimeter. Henderson driving baseline, loses a handle on the ball again. And Greg McCall. Henderson trying to plead his case, but McCall's not hearing it.
No.
77-75 with 3:30 left to go. And an easy lay-in once again for Devin Marshall. And Zakir Henderson was backing up because I think he was trying to play the backside. And just let him go. And now the lead is 4 with 3 minutes to go in overtime. Chubb is outside. Henderson with the rebound. And Markel Brooks gets it. A foul's going to get called.
You know,
And
he got
again,
another cramp.
Kevin Chambers is going to have to come out with another cramp.
Wow. He tried to make it.
Substitution number 0, Elijah Wade.
Yeah, he's going to fall, and he's on the court. We can't get him off the court yet. They're trying to get him off. A couple of his players coming over to help him now. And Markel Brooks is going to go to the line to shoot 2. They're saying it's 1-1, so they called that one on the floor.
Number 12, C.J. Cornegay. Third personal foul. Shooting 1-1, Markel Brooks.
So the foul gets called on C.J. Cornegay, so that's 2 quick fouls on Cornegay. He had only had 1 in regulation, and now he's got 2 here in overtime. Brooks hits the first one. And unfortunately, we don't have season stats for BC because they reset for each game, and I wiped them out by accident. So I don't know what Markel's shooting percentage is on the season. Oh, and he stepped on the line out of bounds as Elijah Wade was in pursuit. And the Renegades really needed that turnover. Now Gustavo Chavez coming back into the game for Elijah Wade. Chavez is 1 for 6 from beyond the arc today.
Oh, wow.
Really trying to slow it up. They're in control right now with a 3-point lead. Renegades need to get a turnover, and Markel Brooks comes in at the last minute. And I thought Devin Marshall was going to find his way at the basket once again. And Brooks with good defense.
And that was a great block.
Henderson into the paint, dishes out to Brooks. Brooks from the 3-point line, and it's good! And the game tied back up at 79 now with just less than 2 minutes to go. Bakersfield College has not had the lead since just over 10 minutes to go in the second half. And a nice try to give and go there by the Tigers. Knocked out of bounds by the Renegades. Only 7 seconds left to go on the shot clock for Reedley. And Elijah Wade's going to come back in for Chavez. And they're going to swap ends, it seems, back and forth between offense and defense. Wade better on defense than Chavez. And a nice finger roll by Markel Brooks, and the Renegades have the lead 81-79. The BC defense has stepped up here in overtime.
Another block.
Another block. And I didn't see any contact under there, and neither did anybody else. They're kind of looking for it. And it's going to get called on Markel Brooks. And that is Markel Brooks' fourth personal foul. 87 sending Devin Marshall to the line, a 73.3% free throw shooter, and he misses the first one. And the Renegades need to focus on getting a block out underneath the basket and getting the rebound if this ball does not go in. 1:04 to go in overtime. And a timeout is going to get called by Greg McCall. He will use one of his two. And boy, Julian, my blood pressure's up. I don't know how yours is.
I'm okay, but
what a fantastic game. Our first one of the 2025-26 season turns out to be an overtime thriller with everything you could ask for.
Yeah, we could not have dreamed this up. We couldn't even have wrote the script for this if we had that it would turn out like this. This is fantastic.
What a fantastic night here in the Renegade Athletic Complex. And Bakersfield College taking on Reedley College. Once again, this is Tom Meyers, and that's Julian Wilson. And boy, I'll tell you what, folks, if you tuned in to watch this one, you were getting an exciting overtime thriller that had everything. The Renegades came down and scored a three-point shot with 13 seconds left to go in the game to tie it up in regulation, only to have Reedley run the ball all the way back down the floor and score with 3 seconds left on the clock. And then you think all is lost, and BC turns the tables, fires the ball to half court, gets it all the way down, finds an open Devin Marshall in the corner who throws up a prayer to tie up the game and send it to overtime.
A prayer, yes.
And that replay that you kept playing over and over again was fantastic. Got him right down in the corner. And John, our cameraman, did a fantastic job of capturing it too, so hats off to John. And a foul. Oh, and he was going to hope to get the basket to go, but it didn't. But he's going to go to the line.
And he's cramping.
And James Miller cramping up right now as he limps over to the free throw line. And I think he's going to have to come out after these shots go in, trying to stretch that thing out. Renegades leading 81-80. 50 seconds left to go on the game clock.
And
right now, it is quiet.
Yes, ordinarily I would
as
not
a church
say
mouse.
Yes.
In the Renegade Athletic Complex gymnasium.
With all these people. And Tom.
Miller drains the first.
Yeah, Tom, he's going to need both of these. He's going to need them both.
If he gets both, that gives the Renegades a 3-point lead. But hey, we're not counting anybody out. We've seen everything tonight.
Yes, we have.
The second rattles in and out. Now it's a 2-point lead. Clock counting down to 40.
And they'll have to shoot.
That was high off the glass, and the Renegades now have the ball. Game is tied back up at 82. 3-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. And a timeout is going to get called, given the chance for the Renegades to get the ball across half court.
Wow.
And Greg McCall is going to talk this one over.
Wow. Do you have I need to check my pressure real quick.
Yeah. Julian, you're not looking too well. You're all swollen up. Oh, wait, that's just from the gym.
I need a monitor. Oh, man.
We'd like to welcome in all of our viewers tonight to the Renegade Athletic Complex here at Bakersfield College. Bakersfield College Renegades men's team taking on the Reedley Tigers in what we thought was just going to be a runaway second half, as the Renegades led by 13 at the end of the first half, and then by as much as 15 points going into the second half, only to watch the entire lead evaporate, and Reedley got, I think at the most they had like a 4 or 5 point lead.
Right.
And the Renegades kind of clawed their way back into this thing. But boy, what a fantastic game this has turned out to be. In our first overtime, the game is tied with the Renegades, who have the ball. Greg McCall is going to want to milk this clock down as long as he can to keep the ball out of that Reedley offense.
Right. I mean, and I'll tell you what, both of these teams worked hard tonight. I've never seen so much cramping in a basketball game.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of cramping going on. We thought that we were watching a football game
yes.
In August here in Bakersfield.
Exactly.
So 22 seconds left on the shot clock, 25 left on the game clock. McCall is going to try to have his team bleed this thing down as far as they can. The key will be for Bakersfield not to turn the ball over.
Right.
And BC only had 7 turnovers in the first half, but now, and that one, they were looking for a backcourt violation, but the ball was juggled is what the official's saying.
Right. And Reedley doesn't want to foul here. They don't want to send BC to the line.
No, they do not, and both teams are in the bonus. So any kind of a foul, 6 seconds on the shot clock. Chavez throws up a prayer. That one doesn't go, but the shot clock violation. And I'm trying to figure that one out. There was 3 seconds left between the game clock and the shot clock, and now it's down to 0.6. And I don't think that ball was up in the air for 2.4 secongoing
No, didn't have wings.
So they're going to reset the shot clock probably somewhere, or the game clock somewhere around 3. And they're going to reset it to 3 seconds. The shot clock is off. 3.5 seconds left to go in the game. And a timeout is going to get called by Reedley. They will inbound all the way down at the end of the court. And the game is tied right now at 82. And Julian, again, I don't know how much of this I can take.
Well, I mean, I wish I'd have known. I'd have told you prior to, coming in today that this is what we were going to be looking at.
Yeah, John's going to be a pretty busy camera operator here over the next 3.5 seconds, because he's the one that's responsible for getting all of this in. And then if something happens that we don't want to happen, you're going to have to hit the replay button.
Yeah, we're going to have to do it, and we're going to do it. Wow.
Reedley will get the last shot, because if you recall, ladies and gentlemen, if you were tuning in at the end of regulation, Bakersfield College had about 3.5 seconds left on the clock, and they came down and scored to tie this thing up to send it into overtime. Anything can happen right now.
Anything, and I'm glad to see this amazing crowd that showed up for this.
Well, in the amazing words of Clark W. Griswold, if I woke up tomorrow morning with my head sewn to the carpet, I wouldn't be any more surprised than I am right now.
That's right.
Wow. Bakersfield College, 82. Reedley College, 82. We're in the first overtime. And right now, kind of hoping that Bakersfield College can kind of hang on to this to push this into double overtime, which again, I think that I'm a little disappointed because I don't get paid by the hour on this stuff. I get paid by the attempt.
It's not about getting paid. Come on. No pay. You're here.
We're working a little extra hard today, if you ask me.
No foul.
And he's throwing it up. Oh, right off the front of the rim.
Number 2.
Wow. And that one almost ended the night for the Bakersfield College men's program.
Yes.
As it hit just off the front of the rim and bounced off. So, wow. So we head now to double overtime. We'll be back with that right after this. Back at the Renegade Athletic Complex, I'm Tom Meyers along with the Dr. Julian Wilson and our cameraman John. And he's getting a nice shot right now of the crowd. A big crowd here on a Saturday night at Bakersfield College for a fantastic double overtime thriller so far. What do you think, Julian Wilson?
Exactly what you said.
Yeah.
Exactly what you said.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Bakersfield College in that overtime kind of had a little bit going for them there. A foul shot was missed by James Miller, and that would have been the difference on this one.
Yes.
But the Renegades now really trying to pull out a win here as they had led this game for much of it up until about 10 minutes to go in the second half. If you're just now tuning in, go back and watch the replay on demand on this one, and you'll be absolutely astounded at how we got to this point. Brooks over there on the baseline, gets double teamed, and a foul's going to come in. And now he's going to go to the line shooting 1-and-1. 9 team fouls now for the Reedley Tigers, and the Renegades have 8. One more, and the Renegades will be in the double bonus. Brooks at the line, shooting 1-and-1.
Number 0, Elijah Wade.
Markel Brooks, 4 for 5 from the free throw line today and misses the first and will not get a second attempt. So he's shooting 66% today from the free throw line. Renegades need to prevent easy layup opportunities. The backdoor slide for Reedley has been something that they have taken advantage of in this second half. And right there,
Renegade foul number 0, Elijah Wade.
and Elijah Wade's going to get called on the foul on C.J. Cornegay. Cornegay with 22 points in the game so far. He is 6 for 9 from the line tonight. And he's going to miss the first. And apparently nobody is going to shoot foul shots here in double overtime.
Right.
Or any overtime for that matter.
And, you have to think, we're in a double overtime. These men are fatigued. They are definitely, they've been running the entire game.
Absolutely. And he hits one. Now it's 83-82, 4:17 to go in the double overtime. Miller was looking for Henderson underneath. Miller driving in the paint, gets fouled, and that's going to send him to the line. And now the Renegades are in the double bonus, and they'll shoot 2 for the remainder of the contest. And it's not just that they're shooting 2, they got to make them. And so far for the Renegades tonight, a not-so-great effort at the free throw line. For the Renegades, they're 8 of 12.
Shooting 2, James Miller.
66% from the free throw line for the Renegades. Miller hits the first. The Tigers are 25 of 31, shooting 80% from the free throw line. But they have gotten a lot of opportunities. As Zakir Henderson getting some of that bandage cut off of his wrist. I guess he dinged it up a little bit in the first half. He was over here getting taped up during halftime. Oh, and a rebound almost got picked up by Markel Brooks. And he was claiming that he was held. Henderson reaches in. That one gets knocked out of bounds. And now the game's tied up at 83, by the way. 3:46 left to go in double overtime. A long three miss by Luke Meshnick. Markel Brooks from the arc, and he gets that one to go. Three-pointer. And boy, did the Renegades need that at this point right here. BC strong on the defense right now.
Travel.
And a travel gets called on Devin Marshall, and I thought Devin Marshall was going to get crafty once again and throw one up and in. And he lost his footing when he got the ball caught up on the defender. Was unable to get the full spin move. And a turnover right there. Heavy defense by Devin Marshall on Tyler. Tyler driving to the net. Throws it back out, turns it over. And he'd been better off to try to take the shot.
Yes.
And a nice block. And that was on Henderson, who knocked it off of Nassif Laboa out of bounds. And the Renegades get the ball back with 2:27 to go in the second overtime.
Yes, he may have held that dribble too long. That was part of the bad pass.
Tyler almost lost a handle on the ball. Throws it back out up top to Henderson. Henderson with 10 on the clock. Shot clock counting down. Oh, and he lost a handle on it. No travel.
No travel.
And an alley-oop to C.J. Cornegay. And now it's 86-85, Renegades leading. And the Tigers have really pulled it within one. And a foul is going to get called on Nassif Laboa and send Zakir Henderson to the line.
Reedley foul number 0. Nassif Laboa, third personal foul.
Henderson has not been to the free throw line all night long, if you can believe that.
2, Zakir Henderson.
It's kind of remarkable how quiet the gym has gotten
Yes.
during the free throws.
It's almost as if they were.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in here. Honestly, I think this is the most people that I've ever seen in either of our gymnasiums in the last 20 years.
Yes.
So a big crowd here at Bakersfield College tonight in the Renegade Athletic Complex.
But, Tom, I mean, they're quiet as if someone instructed them at the door.
God Wolfamuso checks back in for the Renegades. This to make it a three-point game. 1:44 on the clock. Renegades lead 88-85. We're in double overtime here at Bakersfield College. Reedley College in black, Renegades in white. Famuso on Laboa. Laboa throws it up, and he's going to draw the foul. And I'm trying to figure out where the foul was. It is on Famuso. And a discussion is ensuing right now by the officials, whether doesn't matter if it's on the floor. And I'm trying to figure out how the Renegades get called for the foul. The Renegades did not get called for the foul, actually. We had that backwards. It was C.J. Cornegay who got called on the foul, and that is his fourth personal foul. So the foul called against Reedley College.
And
Henderson loses a handle on the ball, but he gets the block. And I think everyone got a little lazy on that one. And an easy lay-in by Laboa. And now BC has to get the ball across half court before the 10 seconds expires. Henderson does. BC has an 88-87 lead, 53 seconds left on the clock, and a left-handed in by number 13, James Miller.
And a difficult shot, extremely difficult.
Miller throws that one in, and he has been a hero of this game so far.
He reminded me of Iverson on that drive.
Absolutely. James Miller, the leading scorer on the squad tonight for the Renegades with 28 points. 6 of 9 from beyond the arc.
We have been given a treat this Saturday evening that we did not know was coming.
We absolutely have, and not to mention, just a fantastic facility, a great game environment. The Renegade faithful have shown up tonight to watch this game. And I'll tell you what, it's pretty exciting stuff. And the ladies' game is coming up immediately following this one.
Right.
The Lady Renegades will take on LA Mission College. And the Renegade Lady program, 3-0 so far on the season, undefeated thus far. A big turnaround from last year.
Exactly. You know, and they were supposed to start at 5 p.m., I presume. It's kind of difficult when you have a time for your game to start and you don't start at that time.
Yeah, and I'm watching the Lady Renegades over to my left-hand side. They're sitting over here, and they're chomping at the bit because they want to get on this court. So, like, if the boys could just close this one out, they can get on the court and get on with business. Grant Bingham has done a great job with the Lady program and getting them started here this year. And not to mention, you know, Greg McCall, a master at his craft.
Yes.
And guiding this squad back. And, you know, hey, give it up for this squad, for the Renegades. Really sticking with it tonight and not giving up down the stretch. They have a 3-point lead now, 47 seconds left on the clock. It bounced off of, and I'm trying to figure that one out, it bounced off of Nassif Laboa, who was out of bounds when he threw it off of James Miller. But the ball is going to stay with Reedley. 38 seconds to go. And that one was almost tied up, and that one thrown in by C.J. Cornegay. And Cornegay, once again, imposing his will on this squad. And right now, Cornegay has 25 points in the game right now. He's 7 of 11 in free throws, and he's 9 of 12 in field goals. So, I mean, just a high percentage shooter just takes over. And you know what? And we knew we were going to get this when we talked about him in the pregame.
That's right.
You know, Nassif Laboa and C.J. Cornegay, the 2 leading scorers on this squad. Guess what they are tonight? The 2 leading scorers on this squad.
Yes.
34 seconds left on the clock. A 4-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. The Renegades will try to run it all the way down as they still have a 1-point lead.
Yes.
And try to hang on to this one. Once again, we're going to be another nail biter kind of close to the end of this thing, I'm sure. Renegades need to hang on to the ball, not turn it over.
Yes.
They need to run out this clock.
Yes, and
as much as possible.
And I would tell you that I'm going to be sitting on the edge of my seat, but I don't have an edge. I don't have an edge. I have no room to move to the edge of the seat.
For those of you, to give you a little bit of a vocal visual of Julian Wilson, he looks like he's sitting in a pre-kindergarten chair, all 6'4", 275 pounds of muscle.
50.
50?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're a little heavier than that because I'm 250 and you look way better than I do.
I mean,
but mine's fat, and they do say muscle weighs more than fat, so I know you weigh more than I do.
Yes, well, I literally do not have an edge to my seat.
Yeah, after this, Julian was kind of helping to get out of here so he can go lift some trains.
I'll be satisfied with some push-ups. Okay.
Renegades inbound the ball. Fighting to get past half court.
And they want to foul, maybe. They might want to foul.
Miller is going to get the foul. And that's going to go against Devin Marshall. And that'll be Devin Marshall's 4th foul. Once again, the Renegades now in the double bonus with James Miller going to the line. And James Miller so far today.
James Miller.
Miller is 6 for 9 from the three-point line, 2 for 4 from the free throw line. So shooting 50% today. He's got 28 points and is the leading scorer for the Renegades. Markel Brooks has 26 points for the Renegades. That one's short. And some nerves must be getting on some of these Renegade players. I'll tell you what, that one was well short off the front of the rim. And Miller needs to put this one in. 20 seconds left on the game clock. The Renegades do have one timeout, but Reedley has none, and he misses them both. But the rebound by the Renegades, Markel Brooks reached over the top of everybody. What a great rebound.
And look at him talking to him about that free throw. Coach immediately pointed at his head to get him to focus at that free throw line.
Yeah, both of those were missed by James Miller, but Markel Brooks, possibly the save of the game on that play. Reaching up, bouncing up over the top of everybody and reaching out with that huge wingspan and getting the rebound.
He is the leader.
.9 seconds left on the clock. That one's missed. Renegades get the ball back, and they have possession. A smart play.
What a play
by James Miller. Julian, you got to give us a replay on that at some point, man. That was fantastic. And a timeout is going to get called by the Renegades. Wow. What a heads-up play by James Miller. Over there on the side, fighting for the rebound. Launches himself out of bounds and bounces it off of the offensive player for Reedley on his way out of bounds, who was already standing out of bounds.
We are in an unbelievable situation. No way we could have predicted that we see a game like this evening.
Well, probably the worst part of all of this is the fact that the Renegades have been to the line with 4 attempts and only got 1 point out of that entire thing. So I'm sure James Miller is going to be spending a little extra time at the free throw line in practice tomorrow morning.
Yes, win or lose this game, free throws are going to be discussed.
They absolutely are.
And the crowd hasn't budged.
The crowd has not budged. Everybody is on pins and needles for this one. And the good part is we do have a little bit of a mixed crowd between the women's game that's coming up next.
Right.
And the men's game. But there were not this many people here for the men's game. Or even, I don't even think half of the people that were here for the men's game. So the women's game, hopefully we'll maintain some of those fans and get, have another big one.
Yes.
For the hometown crowd here at Bakersfield College. And the Renegades are going to inbound. And Zakir Henderson is dropping way back. And I think he's just back on defense right now in case they have to inbound it all the way back into the backcourt. Gustavo Chavez down here on the near side on the baseline. And Markel Brooks is going to set the pick. Henderson does not get the ball. It's given away. And a layup is no good as Markel Brooks knocks that one away. And Gustavo Chavez just stands in the corner with his hands wrapped around the ball and draws the foul.
Another big play by guess who? Markel Brooks.
Absolutely, and I think that Lucian Milligan, number 5 for Reedley, thought that he was going to have nobody in front of him at the basket, and that was incredible because Markel Brooks came out of nowhere.
And as we look at that again, unbelievable.
That looked like LeBron James just right behind it to knock the ball away. And Gustavo Chavez smartly over in the corner just wraps himself around that ball to draw that foul. 5.3 seconds left to go, and Chavez has 2 from the line. And Chavez hits the first one, and now it is a 3-point game. And if Chavez gets one more, that may put this one in the books. And Chavez does put that one, and it's 93-89, a 4-point lead for the Renegades. And Reedley, anything they can do will not help this one out. That's a three-point shot, but there's 0.4 left on the clock. The Renegades just need to inbound it, and that's pretty much going to do it. And the Renegades take this one 93-92 over the Reedley Tigers in a fantastic game and a fantastic performance by both squads. But wow, how about that right at the end to drain that three-pointer? You want to stay the heck away from that guy. Don't even give him a chance for a four-point play because he probably would have made it and sent us into triple overtime.
Yeah, exactly. Now they had to change the broadcast to another station.
Julian Wilson, your final thoughts on this one, dude?
Man, an amazing game. I tell you what, Tom, not discussed often, but a game like this is a tremendous confidence builder. Tremendous. When you can win a game like this, when you can put it together at crunch time, and that's what we saw the Renegades do.
What a fantastic night for our opening broadcast of basketball here at Bakersfield College for the 2025-26 season. As we understand it right now, they are not charging for admission into any basketball game this season. So fans, come on out and join us for some basketball here at Bakersfield College. For information on the schedule, just go to GoGates.com and you can get a full list of all the games that are happening here at Bakersfield College for the 2025-2026 season.
Yes.
For Julian Wilson and John, our cameraman, this has been Titan Tom Meyers. We'll see ya.
Bakersfield College Athletics thanks you for watching this broadcast. For more BC Athletics sports videos, highlights, and replays, subscribe to Bakersfield College Athletics on YouTube. And for news, live broadcasts, and schedule information across all our sports, visit GoGades.com.